All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Faith Din, and I am the program coordinator within the Office of Professional Programs. I wanted to take a second to thank you for coming to our Fall 2020 open house. Before we begin, I'd like to just go over a couple of housekeeping items. Please note that this session will be recorded for quality assurance purposes in order to provide the best experience for you and the other attendees. Um, just a reminder to keep your microphone muted throughout the entire session. And of course, if any questions arise during the presentation, you are welcome to utilize the WebEx chat feature to submit your question, which is in the bottom right-hand corner. We do have a Q&A period outlined at the end of the presentation to address any questions. In the event that we aren't able to address your question, either myself or Dr. Shariati will touch base with you directly after the session via email. We hope you enjoy the presentation, and without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Graduate Program Director, Dr. Ben Shariati.
Thank you, Faith, and thank you for everyone joining us in this virtual open house session at UMBC Cybersecurity Program for Shady Grove Campus. I'm Dr. Shariati, the faculty from the Department of Computer Science and Electrical Engineering, also Graduate Program Director at the Shady Grove Campus for Cybersecurity Program. To start, we're going to talk about a brief bio of myself. Just want to make sure have some background of what I do and why I am the program director here. Besides being at the department, I work also at the National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence as a guest researcher. Been in the industry for about 20 years plus, working on the IT and technical and cybersecurity environment. Work quite a bit with private sector and United Nations. That's a quick bio of my background. Since those of you are going to join our program, you'll be taking a lot of classes with myself and some of my colleagues. So let's talk about the program itself. There is what we consider one program in two different locations. We have the main campus location and the Shady Grove campus location. Those of you who are living in the Montgomery County area, Shady Grove campus is probably the best location for you. Whenever we decide to go back actually on a face-to-face sessions, that would be probably shortest, closest to your home, being Montgomery County. A quick information about UMBC and why UMBC is a center of cyber. We work very closely with NEST, National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. Myself and some of my colleagues, some of the professors work at the NEST full-time, some of us as a researcher. We have also have a great relationship with U.S. Cyber Command, some of our clients, and plus some of our students and professors comes directly from them. Work very closely with some of the private sector also. You can see on the right side some of the private sector that actually have been recruiting from us, some of the connection we have, and the student gets recruited through this private sector. And U.S. Navy Academy and some other sectors that we work with, a lot of government agencies, especially on main campus. Those of you working with government, main campus, we have a huge clientele of students that work with the government side. Shady Grove, you have a lot of folks that work in the private sector, recently graduated from maybe undergrad also coming to our program. More information about the UMBC leadership in cybersecurity. Our Cyber Dogs won the national championship back in 2017. We have a great program of undergrad and master program with the cybersecurity. A lot of the competition, the teams are involved with a lot of competition in industry. We work very closely with NCCOE, as I mentioned before, and also we have the NSF program for Cyber Scholar. That those of you want to work with in that environment, working for government, definitely that is the area that we offer on the UMBC. Dive deeper onto the actual program itself. So the program design is 10 courses or 30 credits. That 10 courses breaks down into two different certificate track. One is the cybersecurity strategy and policy. Another one is cybersecurity operations. 4 courses for each of these certificates. And dive deeper on each of these, starting with the master program, the MPS program, covers about 6 courses, which is the core course of the program, and you need 4 courses of electives. There are some choices of electives we will talk about more down the road, but at the moment you see 4 electives here. We have a lot of choices. The special topics, do you see courses here? Every semester we have a new special topic course that we offer. Depends on the industry needs actually. We have mobile security, for instance, or we have Internet of Things, IoT we offering, network security. All these are special topics that we carry as electives. On the core courses, you have the Intro to Cybersecurity, Law and Policy, Cybersecurity Projects, uh, Cyber Operations, Enterprise Security, and Risk and Compliancy. These 6 courses are a core course of our program, regardless of if you go into any certificate track or if you go to MPS, you are going to need definitely the intro to cybersecurity. That's the one of the prerequisite for entire program. So you have to have intro to cybersecurity for certificate track or the MPS. Here are the layout of the courses for the certificate track. On cybersecurity strategy and policy, you have the intro to cybersecurity, cyber warfare, global capabilities, and cyber law and policy. This is a very soft side of a cyber track, meaning the only course that is involved here has a technical flavor is Intro to Cybersecurity. The other 3 courses are not technical course, so those of you who have no technical background, probably this is a good certificate track to start. If you're coming from a government agencies, probably this certificate is a good track to start. On the other side, you have the cybersecurity operations certificate, which you have the Intro to Cybersecurity, the managing cybersecurity operation, risk and compliancy, and 1 cyber elective. So the electives could be technical or non-technical. Depends on the track you want to push yourself on the future. Risk and compliance is about covering what industry requires for getting compliance in regards to HIPAA, for instance, or any kind of PII compliance you're trying to get out there. Excuse me. So these courses are, excuse me, a little bit of a dry throat here. Managing cybersecurity operation is about really incident response and disaster recovery plan. Okay, hopefully this is much better now. Intro cybersecurity covers all the domain within the cybersecurity, which we cover in the best practice on physical security, encryptions. There will be risk analysis done within the intro. Networking security is covered in the intro cybersecurity course. A lot of different domains. That builds you the base for any other cybersecurity class you are going to take. With the intro class, there is labs involved to take. There are hands-on lab that you have to go through for the intro. It gets you some understanding of some of the basic knowledge of how to secure the environment of the companies or whatever job you're looking for. That gives you some baseline of the next classes. Other topics, the electives, you can see there are a huge list of the electives that we offer between 2 campuses. So, and if you're a Shady Grove students, when you apply to the program, you choose Shady Grove, you can take classes on any campuses and vice versa. You could be at the main campus, you can take classes at the Shady Grove or vice versa. So especially now that everything's online, really it doesn't matter because the courses are offered pretty much online. Once we go back to the face-to-face, routine again, we see most of your classes will be taken at the Shady Grove if you're a Shady Grove student. Talk about some of the electives here. The list here is huge, as you see. We rotate these pretty much between 2 campuses. So you always find something interesting as an elective to take. Some of these courses are technical hands-on labs, some of them are not. Chinese cyber power, for instance, this is a soft side of cyber. There's a lot of discussion involved there. Software security, obviously, there is a labs involved. Mobile security, there are labs involved. Security of IoT, labs involved also. As you see, there are depends on the when we offer it, but there are certain labs are involved with these technical courses. So let's talk about the strength of the program, the experience of the program, and the courses. The reason these courses are a very unique program because it's been developed by folks that actually work in industry. All of our faculty help to design these courses for the program. Myself and all the folks that work in the program work in industry, so we're bringing those knowledge into the classroom by developing the courses and also try to basically transfer those knowledge to the students. There are flexibility involved because we dealing with professionals yourself, so there are always flexibility. There is travel for work, or there is some issue about work load. All you have to do to have a conversation with your professor. There are always flexibility to work with them and be able to find a way to deliver your assignment. Most classes are designed as an online/hybrid type at the moment, and a hybrid meaning basically at the moment, obviously, we're not meeting any face-to-face, but definitely when we go back to the on face-to-face session, hybrids are designed to meet every few weeks on the classroom, and then you work rest of it online with your team and the professor using the Blackboard tools. So that we are really interested to develop and bring up the need of the industry into the program. So we talk to the industry folks and see what are the needs of the recent graduate to be able to deliver to the industry. And those courses are designed based on that. There's a lot of opportunities or events we create for a student at Shady Grove campus. We have a guest lecturer talk. We will have a webinar. There are careers services that support some of the students that are looking for a job, and dealing with the same folks. We have this same faculty that start teaching a program back in 2011 till now. We have pretty much all the faculties are still here. So and our program is strong because we are be able to deliver what the faculties want to deliver to the program, and we always get a great feedback from our students, recent graduate, and some of our faculties actually are recent graduate. They have left after they graduated. They've worked in industry for several years and come back and teach for us. So there is a good connection between our program and recent graduate out there. More experience about the program. There are Cyber Defense Lab, competition at USG, University of Shady Grove. We have Cyber Association, which you can get involved once you come on board. And basically, this association helps to have those lecture series, creates a networking for students to bring outside industry folks, expert into the program. And there is a pathway for folks who are looking for a job, make that networking capability for everybody. Transfer credits. You can transfer up to 6 graduate credits into the program as long as you have not used it for any other degree. You can email me about the course description, the syllabus, and I can send you a copy of transcript to look at, and of course the number of credits hour that you've taken. Depends on the type of course and when you took that course exactly. There are possibilities to be able to transfer some of the credits that you have taken for any graduate level courses in other universities. Other information is important. Everything starts with Cyber 620, which is our intro to cybersecurity. Cyber 620 is intro to cybersecurity. That's a prerequisite for many courses in our program. So as a newcomer into the program, you want to start with that. If you're working full-time, you probably want to take 1 or 2 courses maximum. If you've been out of the classroom for some time, probably best to start with 1 to 2 classes maximum. Cyber 624, which is our project capstone, which is your last class you want to take. After you've taken all your cyber courses and successfully complete those, then you can take the Cyber 624, which is your the capstone paper you have to write, and you can start developing the topic and research method for that paper. Probably after first semester, you start building the knowledge about cybersecurity, in which direction you got to go, and of course, what topic you are going to write about. Unless there is a particular prerequisite, there is no set of order how you're going to take these courses. My advice always with the students being out of the classroom that don't take too many technical courses one time, because the labs, they are time consuming, and also they're a learning curve for those of you who have not had any technical background. And of course, there are some technical background required for some of the courses, and those courses, when they are actually going to the schedule, there will be a announcement about requirement of those technical courses. You can always get a waiver if you have, you think you can actually go through that from the instructor and take the course. Not all electives are offered every semester. We have different type of electives. We rotate them, as I mentioned earlier. So definitely, if a course interests you, and you can check if that course can be offered following semester, it's best to go ahead and take it. Otherwise, it goes to the rotation until maybe a couple of semesters down the road. And certainly for your paper for Cyber 624, you definitely want a graduate professional level skills of writing is very important for that. And there are always resources that the university can tap into for a writing skill if you need it. This is myself with my email address, and of course Karina Jenkins, which is our program manager at the Shady Grove. Any question regard to the program directly, you could come to me regard to the classes, program itself. Any other question regard to administrative topics and application could go to Karina. And of course, I'll be happy to answer the questions. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer it. Faith, do we have any questions posted by any chance?
I am not seeing anything in the chat. Feel free to drop your questions again in the chat, which is the bottom right. Or you may also, if Dr. Shariati is comfortable with it, unmute yourself and feel free to ask your question directly.
And those of you think you don't have any question at the moment, but there might be other question comes up, please email me with those questions. I'll be happy to connect with you one-on-one and have a discussion about about your question.
All right, so we're just going to give it here for a few minutes to see if there are any questions, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to Dr. Shariati or Ms. Karina Jenkins directly. We appreciate you attending this session, and everyone have a good night.
Thank you, Faith. Have a good evening.